Hello, my loves. You've reached Joanne and Elizabeth from World's Cup of Joe. Awaken your soul. You got us both here talking twin flame shifts for you all beautiful souls to experience. If you're new to this channel, you have found a sacred place to get deeper in your twin flame cray connection. Let's get real. This connection is crazy, but it's so crazy beautiful, and we want to help guide you the best way we can. All right, love. So Elizabeth has a question. You guys know the drill. All right, love, go ahead.
When the divine masculine returns, will they come back confessing their love?
Oh my gosh, I remember asking this question. So I think mine romanticizes this connection so much. It just really does. And so because during the separation, it just feels like anytime we're away from our twin flame, anytime we're away from our twin flame, there's like a sense of like it really is half of your soul is gone, right? But it feels like you're dying almost. It feels like something is empty. And so when you are in this place where it's almost hard to live without your twin flame, you would think when they come back, they're going to share the way that it feels for you. But because our twin flame is the intuitive side of us, they will reveal the oneness in a way that it allows them to reveal it, but it's not going to be like, Pretty Woman, where the guy comes through the window and there's a limo waiting for you. It's going to be like very impromptu, and they're just there because, my love, they're your soul. This is your soul. It's going to be like they showed up to your house and now they're in front of you and you're both in this magnetic drawn to each other. They're going to be doing it in the way that mind wants them to. They will share the love. They will share the oneness. They will share the undeniable connection in your shared soul energy. And I'm going to be real. The oneness is better than the romanticized soulmate thing that the mind wants them to do. Because being with your twin flame, when they come back through your balanced energy, my loves, the merging feels epic. And so the merging is better than what any words that any human being can say to me in 3D. But the oneness and the being of both of you together, the soul that you are, experiencing itself, where words are not needed, is better. So however way mind romanticizes your person to confess their undying love to you, it's going to show you the way soul is. It's going to show you the way soul has always been, the reunion of your one soul. And it's not words, love. It's not words. There are no words for this. You've never experienced it before, remember? So this isn't going to be something that you pull out from words that they share with you, that the mind wants to hear. It's going to be timeless. It's going to be pure oneness. It's a revealing of your shared soul energy, and it feels like fireworks inside both of you, and you're both feeling in the oneness, but you don't need them to say a word. You don't need them to say anything. We were just talking about how our person can be in the other room or have left. When my person goes into the office or Elizabeth's person goes out of town, there's this feeling that we feel when our person is home where it's just whole. Our person doesn't say anything that makes that experience better than anything else, but it's because of the feeling of that wholeness, of the piece that's missing has returned, where you just feel whole again. And it almost feels the same way when you first met your twin flame. When you first met your twin flame, it was like you've been waiting your whole life for this moment to figure out that there's this person, this other like being, your soul, a part of your soul has been missing. And they finally brought you back into one from being able to feel and see the soul that you are. So when you first met your person, it feels like freaking epic. Like, whoa, it makes sense. And it's almost like we've lived this entire lifetimes looking for this piece that I didn't even know existed until I met my person, until my soul woke me up to this journey. And when they come back again, it's another uncovery of the soul that you are, and it's being revealed to you not through words. It isn't through words. It is through energy of oneness, of merging, of piecing back together what God created as one, the two polarities, that positive and negative, the divine feminine and the masculine coming into one when you're together. And that is where you are home. So it won't be words, but it will be felt. And that feeling is undescribable. It will not be ever be understood, because I still can't understand it. I still can't understand how I can have him be in the other room or in another place, somewhere not near me. And it's like my heart aches. My heart literally aches. And the more and more they can be near me, the more and more I feel the wholeness that I am. What do you think?
You just made me think, Joanne. Okay, so my person has been gone the last few days, and I'm going to sort of tackle this in two parts. So he's been gone since Sunday. Today's Thursday. And here's my mind wanting every time he calls me to be like, I miss you. That doesn't happen. But he's calling me and he's texting me for all these like random little reasons. He's sending me a picture of himself with his son at the movies. He's sending me stuff all day long, but it's never the romantic, I miss you, I love you, the stuff that my mind wants. But at the same time, it's like he's needing me this whole time he's gone, right? In some way, the energy, he is needing me because he won't stop messaging me and won't stop calling me. And that's cool. That's fine. But it's like what you're saying, this is when I'm on the phone with him and he's gone, there is nothing he could do or say on the phone that takes away what you were just describing, which is that sort of incompleteness, right? Like I could be on the phone with him and it's just not enough. It's not enough. It's still like this. It's like a void. There is some kind of void that the words, his energy not being in my presence leaves the void. And it's like, as soon as he comes back home, that void dissipates. It's gone. It's like this crazy phenomenon. Like, why does this person need to be right next to me for me to feel whole? Because that's sort of what it feels like, is like there's a piece of me that's gone when he's gone. And even him on the phone, his words, it doesn't fill anything within me. Is like, I need him. I actually need his energy in my space for me to feel that wholeness. And I almost think that's why there's like that overdose. So when someone comes back after separation, it's so easy to overdose on the energy, even those text messages. But like, especially when they're in person, and then you say, like, if there's intimacy, it's so easy to overdose on that energy. And it's understandable, because even the energy of I'm talking to you on the phone is not enough. Mm-hmm. And this person is like, you're almost like you're learning how to balance the little bit of energy that comes through in the text messages, the little bit of energy that comes through on the phone calls, and then bam, all that energy that comes through in person, because it is different. The energy that's in person versus even on the phone and the text messages, it is like I said, it's like part of you is gone until they're back in your actual space. The energy then, it's like, it's almost like I picture this invisible energy like going into my heart space and my heart feeling full once they're in my space. That's sort of how it feels to me. And then as soon as they leave, it's like a piece of that energy that almost like that same invisible smoke leaves my heart with them.
What we crave is us. What we crave is experiencing ourselves in another body. What we crave is literally the reason why God created multiple versions of itself, right? We literally have an experience to experience yourself in another body. And so, yeah, it's gonna be really, really hard to balance this drug of choice that is above and over anything we've ever experienced. I mean, I told you guys, I can look at a picture of my person, and in that picture alone, I can feel, see, breathe all of him in that freaking picture. And so if you can imagine what that feels like when you get the text, when you get the messages, when you can see them, when you are together physically, it is all very, very all consuming. And when they come back, it's gonna be that inner merging experience where it's not even the words that they're saying. They could be talking about movies, right? Your person's talking about movies, and it just feels like all is good in the world. Everything is safe. We're at peace, and that's the wholeness. And we want to make sure you don't live for your twin flame, because the reason why Elizabeth and my person craves our energy is because I'm just going to throw this out there, love. I want everyone to know you've been a freaking badass this whole time. So her person is spending time you've been such a freaking badass with family, and it's out of town. And Elizabeth has been such a badass. She has been pure being, pure in soul, high vibing, freaking walking 10 miles a day. I'm not even freaking joking you. This is truth. And she is talking to the birds. She's talking to every animal that passes by.
Yeah. No way.
And
That's what I think of myself as.
And so she is like freaking high vibing, and all the whole time we're doing, creating content for all of you. She's like, oh, my person just texted me. Oh, my person's calling me. Oh, he's doing this. He's doing that. She doesn't even know or realize he keeps wanting that same energy, attention for her. It's like all the focus is on her because all the focus she's creating is on her. And that's what we want to make sure you all get from this. It is going to be amazing. It is going to be crazy beautiful, but it isn't going to be from words. It isn't going to be them on their knees, right? Her person isn't like calling her and saying, I miss you. I can't wait to come home. That's what the mind wants to hear.
No, what I did say, John, he called to vent about food at the airport. And he was like, I just need to vent. And then he vented. And then he's like, okay, I feel better now. And like, I almost wanted to laugh. Like, I was so in soul. I had just taken my second walk. And as soon as I get home, high vibing, here he calls, and the mind is like, oh, he's calling. He must be at the airport. And he called the vent.
I know. We're in soul. They're relating to us through the 3D paradigm things that they're dealing with, whatever they're already dealing with. But they come to us for our peace. They come to us for our one shared soul space of peace. And so when you are knowing that there is this moment when they come back, I want you to know it is going to be a being experience. It isn't going to be through words. And majority of our clients that bring in their twin flames, they all say the same thing. I was in my soul. I was high vibing. I haven't even given them a single thought in my mind. And there they were in front of me. They were next to me. I was at the park and there they were in front of me. It's like
Now,
I was in soul and my soul
but it's so important when they do come back. You're in soul, you're at the park, you're walking, you're wherever you're at, you run into them or they call, they reach out. It's the mind that takes over and wants to judge the experience of how they now have interacted with you. And it's like, I was in soul. Why aren't they professing love when they see me? I was in soul. Why aren't they on their knees? I was in soul. Why aren't they pretty womaning me? Right. And that's not how it's going to be. They might, run into you and comment on your socks or your shoes. They might just it's a random thing. You can't judge the words that come out of their mouth, the actions that they do. You can't judge how your soul brings it in, because you have to understand your soul's making sure that you can handle the energy with whatever's thrown at you. And that's whatever that looks like to you. And it's all going
to that's why so many people, they can manifest, and as soon as they manifest, they're triggered or they leak or they overdose. And it's like, you were in soul, your person came because you're in soul, and here you are over analyzing why they talked about your socks right? Because the mind wants them the mind wants them to do that pretty women stuff, and they can't meet you through that mind expectation or preference. You will get the oneness, but it isn't going to be like spelled out that way. So you have to just know that this is your soul bringing itself to you, and the experiences of the oneness is what you will receive. But I already told you guys, it's better. The merging of our soul is better than someone coming to me and giving me all the words in the universe saying they're this, they're that. The feeling I feel with the wholeness that I am with my person, and they can talk about socks, I can freaking feel that we both are merging. And I don't even care what comes out of their mouth, because it's like their soul is speaking through the way they touch you and are near you and are being with you. And you're at one with the birds, the trees, the skies, the wind, and your person's there too.
Yeah.
That is how they come back. It will be really, really just the opposite. It really is. It feels like it's the opposite of what mine would think. Be with it and let your soul, one soul, let you experience your one soul through them. Laugh at the energy. Laugh at the 3D stuff that's coming about. They don't know what they're saying either. Soul is so playful, right? It's like goofy the way it comes out through them in the 3D. It's like, why would my soul bring my person here to talk about socks, right? We did a video where Elizabeth's person, when she's high vibing, he's calling her about goats. Like, that's just the kind of stuff we get.
That's what he called last night for. I just want to make sure you put the goats away and they were okay and they had water. I was like, yeah, the goats are fine.
And here Elizabeth's like, where's my I love you? Where's I miss you? I'm going crazy, right?
I haven't seen you for 3 days, but how are the goats? That's pretty much what it was.
I know. So the 3D stuff, the mind stuff, the words that we want them to express to us, you're gonna get something deeper beyond words, beyond time and space. You're gonna experience your soul.
In the oneness, there will be some form of reveal, but it isn't the way mine wants those reveals to be. But there will be some forms, and you can tell in the inner knowing what they are. But the words of I love you and I miss you doesn't even touch the I am you. I am you. And that's that knowing, the oneness, the wholeness, the way they look at you when you're aligned with soul, and the way they look at you through your one soul energy. It's almost like they can consume all of you and you can consume all of them, and it never ends. It's an eternity of never having enough of each other. That's the reunion. And whatever is revealed in the innate energy, it might come out in that way, where they can confirm that shared energy and oneness of soul, because they have never experienced it anywhere else, just like you've never experienced it anywhere else. So when your mind is expecting your person, your twin flame, to tell you things that are of romantic soulmate expectations, you're gonna miss their ability to reveal soul to you, because you're looking for a soulmate in your twin flame, and it's two completely different things. A soulmate is another soul that can share mind energies with you. And so if you're approaching your twin flame, which is your soul, and expecting the romantic template, you're missing the oneness and merging of soul, the feeling, the energy, the beauty, and the laughter and the joy that's revealed of your one soul expressing itself, not through words, but through the being, the completion of your already one, through the being and the reunion of your one soul back as one. That is what is revealed. The reveal is bigger and deeper than the mind can ever imagine.
This is deeper than the vessel. This is deeper than the mind. Your two minds and two bodies, truth. The soul that you both are, this is some deep stuff, love. And this is why I said through all our timelines, I feel like it's all becoming one. Like, it all makes sense now. All is good in the world. My person is here. I'm my person. I'm one. I'm whole. I was created to experience the wholeness that I am. And all the 3D romantic stories that we were fed, all that stuff, it doesn't touch the wholeness and oneness of soul. We can literally spend days not talking and already know what exactly is happening inside. It's all being, it's all merging, and it's pure oneness. We love you guys. I hope you can all feel this shift of soul. When you pop one of our videos, I hope you can feel the soul and how you know this is different. This connection is different. It's energy. It's nothing that can be romanticized. It's nothing that can ever be described or understood by the mind. It is all soul, baby. It is all soul. We love you. Bye, loves.
I love